Hi and welcome. Let's watch this video if you are feeling overwhelmed by life challenges. We have got eclipse energy going on right now. Things are a little out of control in the world, and you may just be feeling overwhelmed in general by life changes. I get it. I seem to be the queen of life changes and life transformations. And so, uh, what I have found is that you cannot be a master sailor by sitting on the shore. So, what do I mean by that? If you feel that you are someone who has had more than your share of overwhelm, more than your share of challenges, more than your share of life coming at you, that's part of the journey. I can tell you with a history, massive history of trauma, abuse, and loss in my life, that I did not become a master sailor in life by sitting on the shore and watching the sunset. Nope. There were lots of storms. And here is the part that you may not want to hear, but the storms never stop. That is literally the part of that's the human experience. Storms never stop. Now, you may say, well, shit, what's the point? Well, the point is learning to navigate the storms in a masterful way. So when you begin to feel the overwhelm, you have not yet learned the tools that you need to help you navigate. And here's how that works. You can't learn a bunch of tools and then pull them out when the storms come. It doesn't work that way. The storm, in order for you to be prepared, you're practicing. You're practicing before the storms come. Think about the military. We use that as an example. They can't go from being in their regular life to going to war. They can't do that. They have to practice. They have to go to drills. They have to do these different things. And the drills, all the while, are teaching them the skills for the big thing that may happen for them. I don't like using that as an example because I really would rather there not be such a thing, but there is. Let's look at sports as an example. You don't go from sitting on the couch to playing in the big game. You don't do that. You go to practice and you keep practicing and you keep practicing and you keep practicing. And the practicing is what gets you ready for the big game. And when you're in the big game, if you make errors, you realize some things that need some more practice. Navigating life storms, navigating overwhelm is the same thing. If you don't have any tools or coping skills to work with, because you've had a certain kind of life, then the way that you navigate the storms is going to be more of a challenge. It's going to be overwhelming. It's going to kind of knock you out for a while. However, if you learn holistic type tools that you always have with you and you continuously practice, the storms will continue, but you will be better equipped and it will no longer knock you off balance. And if it does knock you off balance, you get back up. You get back up really quick, really quick, really quick. There are things that used to, let's say if I had a significant death that would happen in my family, or there would be another traumatic event, or there would be some other thing that was going on. It could knock me off my balance for years. I mean, years. All I could see was the problem. All I could see was what was happening to me. All I could see was this overwhelming problem, and it just kept growing. Well, what I began to realize is that part of why these things kept growing is because I didn't know how to handle them properly, which then meant I created other situations in the process that made things get worse and worse and worse over time instead of actually healing or instead of actually getting better. I used to call it throwing it on the pile. I'd just throw it on the pile and go to the next one, throw it on the pile and go to the next one. And either I would completely go into full on anxiety or full on depression, or I would just dissociate from all of it and just keep throwing it on the pile. So, going on a spiritual path and going into holistic healing and personal development in that way, I began to learn tools that no longer meant I needed to cope. I didn't need to cope, I just handled things. And I handled things very differently than I ever had. It wasn't temporary. It was something that wove a thread throughout my life, something that helped me every time there was a new storm, every time there was a new trauma, every time there was a new death, every time there was a new loss, every time there was another change. My life changes constantly, constantly. And in order to navigate all of that, I needed to learn how to properly navigate it in such a way that it was masterful, which meant the rest of my world didn't fall apart in the process, which meant my body didn't start to deteriorate, which meant I learned how to navigate life in a profound way that not only helped me, but helped the people around me. So, what I do is I teach people what I know. I teach people what I've learned over the years. And with the history that I have, both personally, professionally, educationally, and spiritually, I have some tools that you may not have ever seen put together quite like this before. So, what has you on overwhelm? Do you have the tools that you need to learn to master these storms? So if you don't, I would invite you to book a call with me. I am Tammy Coin, your holistic alchemist. I help you change pain into possibilities and possibilities into purpose. And I link to my calendar in the comments and in other places on the challenge or on the channel. If you'd like to book a call with me, we can talk about what you have going on, what I do, and see if we're a great fit. I will be producing some additional content soon that if getting on a call with me feels a little scary, that you will have some other ways to kind of check out what I do. So feel free to leave any comments you want. I am happy to address those or to book your call. And sending you lots of love and peace to your heart as you navigate whatever is on your plate today. And thinking of you, peace and blessings. Namaste. Tammy Coin, your holistic alchemist. Have a great day. Bye-bye.